Hi, my name is Noorie, or Noorie for short. I'm a Clinical Research Associate, or CRA. I work for a pharmaceutical company called MSD. I've been working in the pharmaceutical industry for the last 3.5 years. And as a Clinical Research Associate, we are a bridge between the pharmaceutical industry and the sponsor and the hospitals, which is really an important thing because you have to have really good communication skills. You have to look at source documentation, which is essentially, for example, hospital notes. So you look at the hospital notes, look at the doctor's notes, you look at different lab results, blood test results, you look at prescriptions, you look at drug preparation notes. So many different documentations you look at. And what happens, they have to enter it onto our system, which is called Inform. And essentially what I need to do as a clinical research associate that I learned is that you have to make sure that the source, those notes, match what's on the computer system. And anything that doesn't match, you are then that bridge to then talk to the site staff and make sure that, find out the root cause analysis of why why it's not matching, and then trying to resolve any issues that are ongoing at that hospital. So I studied at GCSE science. That was my absolute passion. I also did business studies as my other option because I was quite interested in the business aspect, but also had a big passion in science as well. I tried to further my passion in science by taking on triple science, which is just a step further up from double science. I then got into grey coat sixth form. I continued my passion for both science and business by studying economics and then chemistry, biology and maths. I was quite conflicted about which path to go into. I was very much quite naturally good at studying economics and maths, and I thought maybe I might go into a business side. And then I actually always loved sciences, so I was quite conflicted for a very long time. And then finally I decided I'm going to go for what I'm passionate about, which was my science. So I decided to go for biological science at Royal Holloway University. I decided to choose biological science because I wanted to try and do a little bit something different where I'm studying plant life, animal life and human physiology. I found it so interesting. However, by the end of my third year, I realized my passion still lies in human physiology and just human life in general. So I decided to further that passion by going to study a master's at St. George's Hospital, and I decided to study cancer research. Master's was, so when I studied biological science, one of the aspects that I really enjoyed was also going into the labs. So I really liked that, and I thought that could be my new career path, that I could become a scientist. So one of the criteria from what I researched was that you need to have a master's degree to help you further into becoming a scientist. So that's why I decided I wanted to specialize in that. So I decided to go for cancer research. The master's wasn't as complicated as I thought because I had to write an essay and I did have to do an interview, and I do get a little bit nervous in interviews, but it went very well. The professors were lovely and they just wanted to know why I wanted to study cancer research, what made me love the hospital, and I really loved St. George's Hospital. I live nearby to it and I've always seen the place. It's just nice being in an environment where everyone's studying the same thing as you or something similar, so everyone's studying in that science background. So that was really nice. In my degree, I was hoping to get a little bit more advice actually about what path I could take with biological sciences. I realized about second year that I actually did want to just focus on my path in the human physiology. So probably something to do with labs and maybe work in that sort of sector. I remember going to all different people trying to ask for advice at the university, but I didn't get much help. And no one really told me what I needed to do in order to become a scientist. So Not really, to be honest. They just gave me loads of pamphlets and just said, you can read this, try Googling different options, look at different career paths. I remember they gave me this huge booklet, A to Z, of different careers that you could go into, which included things in business, accounting, IT, design, nothing really specific about science. I never really got any guidance on what I could potentially do, except being in labs, being a doctor, or being a pharmacist. Nothing really much. I thought a master's would be the best option. From what I Googled, they literally said that if you want to become a scientist, which was the path I wanted to take initially, that doing a master's would help you get into that role. And from there, I thought, if I can get into an industry or just into somewhere, I'll be able to figure out what I really love and what I'm passionate about. It opened up so many more opportunities than I could have imagined. It helped me eventually find my current job now. When I was at Royal Holloway, I didn't realise that my degree wasn't IBMS accredited, which is actually something that you need to become a biomedical scientist. So your degree has to be IBMS accredited by the HCPC government that allows you to actually become a biomedical scientist. And I didn't learn this until after my master's.